Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Food Panic here, and for today's video, we're going to be talking about a new type of hacking that's in Overwatch, which is called nuking. And some of you may know that they're like, there's a couple of types. There's already two types of like hacking, but those hackings mostly only happen in Korean servers. So, what nuking pretty much for those of you who don't know what aimbot is, pretty much that like you can just shoot the enemy without even like aiming for them. And then so that's just for you people that don't know what aimbot is. I'm pretty sure most of you do. So let's get into nuking. So nuking is a new type of hacking that Korean players use to try to win games. So there's a couple things that people can do when like people use nuking, what they can do. So the first thing they can do is they can hack into like the opponent's control system. So what I mean by that is like they can like limit like on how much like they can move, or like how much they can go out of the out of the spawn. So that's one thing on the case. And the other thing is that they won't let the enemy team out of the spawn for a minute. So like, let's say you're in Ilios and you're trying to go to the control point. So like if they're like nuking, well, like you would try to get out of your spawn, but you won't because they're like hacking. So like that's another reason like how that's an example of how they can hack into the control system. So oh yeah, and I don't know if I mentioned before, but they do it for 1 full minute. And also another thing that nukers can do is they can switch the opponent's heroes locations at any given time even in the middle of the game. Like let's say, like we're gonna use Ilios again for another example. So let's say that let's say I'm Reaper and I'm going to I'm trying to go like right in the middle of the control point in Ilios, and I'm going, and then like all of a sudden I just move like 10 feet to the right, and then that must mean that like somebody's like trying to like they're hacking, because like you wouldn't really be able to do that if everything was perfectly normal. So that's another reason. And then also the nukers can change the maps if they're like losing, or like let's say like they're really like doing bad even though they're still hacking using aimbot. They can change the map, or they can even completely restart the game. Like let's say like you're like 5 minutes away from like completing the payload to its point, and then they can just restart it. So then they'll have another chance of winning. And then like let's say like they're on a map that they don't like, and they can just change the map like to whatever map they want. They can just hack into the system. And then they can also restrict enemies' movements. So like let's say you're Reinhardt. Here's an example. So if you're Reinhardt and you're in Route 66 and you're trying to get out of the diner, and like all of a sudden like you move like 2 feet forward, and then you just go back to where you were. And then like once you finally get out of your spawn, you just go back like another 5 feet. So that's what it means by like they can restrict the enemy's movements for how long they want. So yeah. And then also like if some like enemies are like really good, like or like too good for them, they can kick them out if they really wanted to. Like let's say if Roadhog's doing really good on the nuking on the players that are nuking. So if they're doing super good, and if they're like destroying the nukers, or the nuker, I don't even know how you call them, but whatever. Like let's say they're like destroying them, and like what's it called? They can just they can kick them out of the game, or they can even kick out the whole team, which is what happened in one game. So I've been in a couple, and that's why sometimes that's why they can kick them out if they're losing. and then they could also immobilize teams. So like you won't be able to move at all, like not one bit. Like I said before, like if you move a little bit, you can just walk forward, then you go back to your spawn. And if that ever happened to me in a game, I would be so mad. And also, they can stop ultimates. And there's this Korean player. He streams a lot. He's one of the most like watched streamers in Korea. And like he was playing Reinhardt in Route 66, and he was using his ult, but then it wouldn't let him do, like he would even do the motion just like swinging Reinhardt's hammer down. But then like he would just keep on pressing like I don't know what the keyboard, I don't know what the button is to use to use your ultimate in PC. But yeah, he kept on pressing that button, and then it wouldn't do anything. And then eventually his ultimate, where it said 100, it just went to 0, and he didn't get anybody. And if you guys don't believe me, you guys can just search it up on like YouTube or something. But yeah, and then also they can switch between like nuking and aimbotting. So let's say that someone like nuking, and then like they get like the payload like 5 meters, and then after that, like when it's their turn when it's the nuker's turn to attack, they can just like after they've done enough nuking, they can switch to aimbot, so then they can just win easily. And that's what a lot of people do when they're trying to win games. And then also, well, this is really just about nuking, but this is just to show that the Koreans that Blizzard really does care about, like that Blizzard does listen, is because they've posted this, I don't know if it was on Twitter or something, but in like I think it's in some Korean website, that they've banned over 10,000 players that are using aimbotting or nuking. So if you guys have been keeping track, so what they can do is they can hack into the opponent's control system. They can not let the enemy team out of their spawn for about a minute. They can switch opponents' heroes locations in the middle of the game. They can change maps if they're losing, or completely restart the game if they really need to. They can restrict enemies' movements. They can kick enemies. They can kick out enemies if necessary, if they're losing by one enemy. You can also immobilize teams. They can stop ultimates, like the Reinhardt example before that I gave. They can switch from aimbotting to nuking, and they Overwatch, not Overwatch. Blizzard has banned over 10,000 players that were using aimbotting and or nuking. So it looks like that's going to be it for today's video, guys. So peace and have a nice